Okay, I'm starting the stream. Alright, looks like I'm connected. Alright, welcome back to the Endless Drawing. Hoping I'll have a better connectivity tonight. Changed my studio setup. Hooked up my Starlink a little bit differently, but I still see it dropping to near zero. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Have you got eyes on my stream? Okay. I'd like to get going. I just want to make sure it's actually working. It keeps dropping way down. Like way, way down. To almost zero. And staying down there. I don't know if I should even like start working. I guess I'll try to get going. Okay. Well, I'll just work, and if the connection works, it works, so. Alright. Today, I think I'm going to start with a little warm-up, doing road cones. What else? I want to get a couple of staircases made, some concrete staircases. So yeah, let's do a warm-up here. I moved my second computer so that I can actually, now it's in front of me here, so before I was trying to reach behind me. It's not good. Okay, standard road cone. It's going to be 14 inches square at its base. So what would that be in my grid here? 2 by 2. Okay, here we go. Try and get an ellipse here that is 8 inches. What's the height of a road cone? 10-pound road cone, not a 12-pound road cone. That would be 28 inches, 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn my grid on. Make sure, yep. Always got to make sure you're not drawing on top of your previous drawings. Like I did today. In practice. Boy, the winds are really whipping here. I hope I don't lose power. Alright. How many reflective lines? I guess I'll go by my grid. It'll be nice and simple. Nothing's ever simple. There, that looks sort of like a road cone. Put a little glint of light on this leading edge. A little bit of reflected light on the back side of the cone. Go a little brighter. Put in a little bit of an intentional brush stroke here. Same thing with the light side. Turn down my opacity. I'll do some little elliptical curves there. Okay. Oops, that's too much. I like some of these brushes make texture really easy to apply. Put a little bit more detail on that front edge. Also want to put a shadow, a little shadow of itself crossing over. Okay, I think that's enough. Let us copy paste that. I'm gonna put a couple of those around. Just for the fun of it. And actually, it gives me a good opportunity to customize a couple of these. So I don't want everything looking exactly the same. So maybe one of these. Maybe it's all scuffed up. Missing a big piece of its missing a piece of its reflector there. Make it a little less sharp. It's been around. It's been run over a few times. Okay, that's better. Alright. Maybe one of these other ones. What are we going to do to this other one here? Maybe I'll just make it a little bit more spotty. We got splashed with some lots of mud and crud. Turn the stream settings down to 6400 kilobits, and it looks like I'm holding about 7000 right now, so I'm hoping the picture quality is alright, and I'm not like dropping out every couple of seconds. I noticed that was happening the other night. Really trying to fix that. There's not much I can do. Maybe one of these is a different brand. It's got a third reflector strip. It belongs in a garage 1 county over. Somehow made it here. Do you make up stories in your head to justify your drawings? It looks real bumpy. There we go. One sort of pristine road cone and 2 dingy, beat-up road cones. Maybe I'll make this one a tiny bit shinier. Especially this reflector. I want that to sparkle. All right. Got a couple of road cones. What else might I need? I wanted to do a barrel, like a construction barrel, but I think I'll put that off to another day. I want to make a concrete staircase. I started my garage. I put these girders and trusses all around it, but there's still a lot of work to be done there. Plus I need some more spare parts. Alright, where am I going to do this? If I had more CPU power, I'd drive the car around right now, but it's already struggling just as it is, so we'll leave it parked. How did I do this? Oh, you know what? These 3 need to be merged. There we go. I got worried. I gotta pay close attention to my layers, or else I make catastrophic mistakes. Okay. Let's set up a sketch for some stairs. Some really simple stairs. Of course, one of them has to go left ways, and one of them has to go right ways. Should I save a bunch of time and use the line tool? I think I should. How big are they? 4 units by 4 units by 4 units. Or voxels, whatever you want to call them. I'd like to draw some metal stairs, but they are a lot more complicated. And for the time being, I just want something to be able to start building a more immersive environment. So like stairs, catwalks, sidewalks. Maybe at some point tonight, like a tunnel wall, like a concrete wall, because I like to test my brushes as if I were doing graffiti. It's kind of like perfect. Where's this other stair gonna go? Let's maybe keep it in view. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's too close. Go right here. I'm not sure why I shy away from using like simpler tools like the line tool, and I sit there and like draw lines for some reason. I should just use the tools that are available to me. I'm too used to literally drawing everything by hand on paper. Alright. Dare I use the bucket fill tool? Or is that cheating? Let's see if it even works. Go. Oh. It's too good to be true. Nope. Maybe I can seal it. Yes. Oh, that one got out. It's not safe. It's not safe to do. No bucket fill. Try it again. Okay. Maybe if I'm more diligent about my line work, that won't happen. Okay, where'd it go? Try it again. Okay, also. Yes. Okay, that makes my life a lot easier. Now I can focus on just kind of reshaping it, chipping away at it, making it look more worn down. Okay, let's go. I need my dystopian urban sounds there. think I'm definitely warmed up. Gotta finish this coffee. Maybe I'll try. Not sure what it's called. It's like just kind of sprinkles texture. It's like if you put acrylic paint on a brush and flick it. Because really, I can come through and clean up the edges. It's not a problem. Good to have a base texture. Just kind of helps your mind understand the end goal better. I mean, you can add all these dots manually. It's just like, it takes forever. Yeah, if it's a tool that someone already made for you to use, why not use it? I'm trying to get in that mindset now. Save time. Got a lot of work to do. This drawing is endless. Might as well be productive too. Okay, let's get back to destroying it. You know what, I'll go in, with the brush and try just kind of wear down the edges here. You know, my stylus got misaligned again. I'm trying to just work with it. It's only off by a little bit. You would think they'd have like a button for resetting the stylus position. I don't know how it works exactly. Lady of Moonlight. Hello. Welcome back. I wonder if that's been there a long time. You know what else I need to practice is sliding my brush like this in zigzags, because through all the years I've had to go like this. But now I don't really have to do that. I can oftentimes get away with doing that. And that's like a huge relief. I don't really think I can break myself of the habit, but digital drawing is definitely a very different beast. If anyone is familiar with pixel art for video games where you tile your assets, you know how difficult it is to customize things without them sticking out too much. So it's like the objective is to make everything look uniquely damaged or uniquely have something about it that sets it apart from everything else, but at the same time it needs to blend back in seamlessly so that your mind can see it 1,000 times without getting tired of it or having the illusion broken. Makes me wonder how I'm going to deal with shadows on here, because I won't know if it's the top stair or not. I guess I'll have to make it kind of subtle. It's tempting to put like drastic shadow on things, but like I said, they have to seamlessly come back together, and sometimes if it's not the top stair and it's got a shadow on it, it's going to look kind of weird. So I keep thinking I might come back when I reassemble all these pieces and I go to actually colorize them. That will be a more appropriate time to kind of put all the custom shadows in at that point. Again with the transmission speed down at 300 kilobits. Hey, when you look on the screen, is it like I think it's on this side. It says right here 320. It still says 320. Kick is down. Oh, really? I'm still going. Alright. Yes, hello again. Love watching you work. That's nice. What irony. When I was younger, I would never let people watch me work. I was one of those kids that was always afraid someone would see it before it was done. They wouldn't know what I'm trying to do. Don't look, it's not done yet. But this drawing might never be done. It is the endless drawing. chew up these edges a little bit more. And then I can move on to the other stairs. Because, yeah, I decided to not have a universal lighting, but to have it come from one direction more than the other. Okay. There we go. Sometimes you gotta play around until you find something that really works. And for me right now, it's this little eroded edge on the bottom. I'm getting just the right amount of darkness in there. Should do a good one here. Cool, that's starting to have the effect I'm looking for. Alright, have I done enough on here? There comes a moment when you have to decide to move on to the next thing. Almost there. Of course, I don't know. This might need to be a little duller. Make sure it's drawn at the right scale before you put too much time in. Make sure it's the right size. It looks about right. I love my cones. Alright, let's get that other staircase figured out. And then I'll clean it up, make sure that it doesn't have any artifacts all around it. It'll work right there. by softening these edges. Don't need to look so sharp. Erase those sharp points right away because they're just not helpful. They start to look a little confusing. So I'll get rid of them now. Yeah, I don't think it's my encoding that is a problem for the live stream, because when I look right now, I'm only using 26% of my CPU. It must be either the Starlink connection or because I hardwired my setup now. It's not relying on Wi-Fi anymore. So the problem must be maybe, I think I set it to 6400 kilobits per second. Maybe that's just a little bit too high. I'll try 6000 next time. I really didn't think I'd have dropped frames because I'm only doing 24 frames per second. My thinking was, there's not a whole lot of motion on screen, so it might as well get a really nice clear image. That's the whole point. But if it can't handle it, I guess I gotta back it down. And then worst case scenario, I could see if my computer can handle streaming at a lower quality than it saves. It causes the CPU to have to process 2 files though at the same time, and that might be too much. Really like to not find the limitations of my computer. And some of this has helped me find those limits. Okay, this one I want it to crack along as if it were poured step by step. So it has these cold joints that just want to crack. Yep, you can always find more details that need attention. These little tiny highlights help make it look like there's little weathered pits. Like the aggregate of the concrete has finally escaped its prison, leaving behind a little hole. Or the light side of a crack needs just the tiniest little touch of light. Over here, maybe some reflected light. I need a couple of gnarly little missing chunks here. Get to that point where I feel like I might be able to move on to something new. Maybe I'll take a few minutes to clean up these edges. And make a few little changes here. Lighten these front edges. Just a little bit. A nice squiggly line to help obscure changes. Oh, you know what? Maybe a tiny bit of shadow here. And then I will some of this here, a little bit of light, a little more light creeping around the edge. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Maybe a little bit more highlights. Those little highlights on all these little vugs. Just, I think it adds a really necessary optical illusion. Okay, good. I'm in frame. I easily could have drawn this entire thing for like 30 minutes and had it totally invisible to you. Okay. Clean up this edge. I'll start by just... I could probably do a better job than this, but there. Oh no, what's the hotkey for select inverse? Shift Command I, just like Photoshop. Should have known. Oops. deselect. Let's select this one. Alright, now I can go in a little tighter. You can see that some of this definitely needs my attention. But sometimes it's good to get the idea out, let it sit, come back, clean it up, do a little bit more work on it, make it a little bit nicer, a little bit clearer. It doesn't all have to happen all at once. Before I leave this piece, I have a few little things I'd like to do to it. Couple of shadows, a couple of low lights. And a couple of highlights. It's always a relief to finish something in one sitting. All right. All right. So helpful. My studio assistant. Okay, almost done with these. I just want to feel like they're finished and not have too many stray artifacts around them. So let me do a little bit more work on this one here just to make final. Alright. How's that look? I think they'll do awesome thing. Is it coffee time again? I think so. I know. It's coffee time about 18 hours a day. What should I do now? I said I was going to make a concrete wall, like a really basic concrete wall that I could do, like brush experiments on. So maybe I'll make the wall here and I'll create a new file where I have enough room to play with it, because I'm actually starting to fill this up. So here's what the drawing really looks like. Black and white. The grids also disappear. But I like to see it in international orange. It's like a military aviation spec orange. It's easier on the eyes. I think it's nicer to look at. It's kind of fun. Alright, so should I make handrails or a big wall for graffiti? I don't know if there's anyone even watching me. I'd ask the chat. Handrails or graffiti wall? But I think I'm alone, so I'll make the decision myself. Alright. I'll leave my girders off for now and, what's this? Pillars. I'll stay on the working layer and go with that. Let's figure out what scale we're working at here. I'll make it like a standard industrial 4x8 feet. So what's that? 8 inches, 96 inches divided by 8, 12. Right? Let me just make sure. Oh, computer. You're so slow sometimes. Yes, okay. 6 by 12. 6 by 12 voxels. And let's go. Here we go. Try and keep it in view. I'll go down here. You know what? I gotta get rid of this. Gotta get rid of this. What did I say it was? 6 by 12. We go 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do them vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just out of view. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe I should put it the other way. No, let's just go with it. As long as it fits in the screen. Guess I'll just zoom out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's a piece of plywood. I don't think I did a good enough job to bucket fill, but I'll try. Failure. Touch up these corners. Let's think how the best way to make this so that I can use them like panels and layer them. And I want them to have a seam. So maybe what I'll do is actually give it like a seam. Drop down to here. I'll just try this. Oh, it's a little too big. Go like this. Sometimes I struggle way harder than I should struggle to do simple things. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll give actual mechanical dimension to the panel, and that way... Alright, here we are. That way, when I go to assemble these in my world, they actually are like a mechanical piece. So that can represent the real thickness of the panel. Makes me want to break it up into like thirds or something. I think for now I'll leave it super simple. Because after all, I do just want to scribble all over it. Alright, you know what, I'll just get the brush out and do it the old-fashioned way. to try something here. See if I can isolate. Isolate this panel. And then apply. And then apply the grungy sponge to it. I don't know what to call that tool, just the grungy sponge. So I got that isolated. Now let's try big dirty sponge. Crank the size way up. Uh-oh. Got it. No. Good. That's pretty decent. Clean it up and then I'll copy it. Maybe I should bevel this top edge too, just a little bit. Or at least round it a little bit. Definitely have to address this back edge here. Although you might never see it. I guess it depends on how I use it. Kind of a jagged line here. very jagged line here. Make it a little bigger. Bigger brush. Too dark. A few faint cracks in here. Don't want them to look too pronounced because, like I was saying, they gotta be able to blend in and repeat without looking super copy-pasted. Oops. Oh, damn this thing. I still don't know how to use that. I should probably learn. Every time I see it though, it makes me angry because it's not supposed to be there. So I've never really paid attention to it, and I don't know how it works. Alright, so I can imagine coming back to this at some point and kind of drawing like plaster on it, but for the time being I'd love to do a brush test and make some graffiti assets that I can line up on the walls and tunnels and places like that. Because yeah, I definitely want to start making some scenes. Got a few assets now. I mean, that's kind of the name of the game here, is like making more pieces so that I can create more little scenes, be more imaginative and creative, and start telling stories without words. But it just takes a long time to get to that point. I see sometimes my connection speed is good, and then other times, terrible. The only other thing I can think to do is cut the bitrate to 6,000. I'm not really sure if there's anything I can do about it, because again, I'm down to 300. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. Oh, maybe a few. I can't help myself. I gotta put a few more cracks in here. the effort I put in right now will reflect in everything I make forever. So sometimes I'm compelled to put a little bit more time and effort. Okay, let's take a look at that. Nice. Let me check the edges, make sure the edges are good. Sometimes the tiniest amount of extra effort goes a long way. Oops. Alright, that should do it. What I want to do now is copy that, put one copy of it somewhere safe, where I can't mess it up. I will put it, where should I put it? Put it in my markup layer. And that way it should be safe in case I mistreat my drawing. Alright, let's make a wall. A nice big wall. Wrong keyboard, again. Not used to having all these keyboards and stuff. Okay, right there. Gotta reselect it. Yes, that's exactly what I was going for. Perfect. Put another one. Maybe that's all I need. Yeah, because I'm already going out of the page, so. Not sure exactly where it goes. Because I lost my reference grid. It goes right off the top there. Okay. Well, let me... Did I lose it? Does it save pixels outside of the canvas in Krita? Let's take a look. Stop, stop, stop. There. It does. In that case, I will hide my pillars. I'll pull this down. There. Oh my god, I just keep running into things in my workspace. Is it on the same layer? Of course it is. Alright, let me move my stairs also. Move them out of the way. Or not. I'm not sure why it takes so much computer resources to nudge these around, but it does. So let me get these positioned. Place them. Now I can make another selection. And move this into its final resting place. Alright, oh, that was a lot of work to make a blank wall just to scribble on. And actually I'm not done. I gotta do one more thing. I want to select this whole wall. Cut it off of that layer. Place it there. Collapse these three walls to one picture. Okay, and you know what? I'll just go with that. I can make another wall like that. No problem. Now the fun part, if I can loosen up. We get to scribble some graffiti all over these. I'm gonna need some inspiration. What would someone spray paint on a wall? And actually, I'm gonna bring up my color picker if I can find it. It's under docs, right? Is that how Creature works? Docs. Dockers. That's what they're called, Dockers. Advanced Color Selector. Oh, it's already there. Oh man, I'm so bad at some of these things. Input ideas for graffiti. Maybe what I'll do is I'll come out of... Oh, how did I do that? Why are they pink? That's weird. Somehow I drew in pink. I don't know how that happened. Alright, that won't matter. I guess I will just start messing with brushes and see what comes out. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can make this more interesting. What do I always see when I'm out and about? Mushrooms. How about that? A little mushroom composition. People love mushrooms. Can't remember what these brushes all do. That's the point. That's the point of this. Can't forget that. Experiment with different brushes. What's going on? Opacity, 100%. Maybe the marker just doesn't... Oh, weird. Oh, weird. Oh, that's crazy. This marker only works when it bumps into other colors on the layer. That's so weird. Try green for some moss. That's crazy. Alright, a smeary marker, that's cool. What am I doing? I have no idea. Sound waves. No, I gotta build up some kind of a background here to squiggle on, but no, I can't think of what to make. Paint splatters. But people aren't trying to make just paint splatters when they graffiti, so what do I do? Easier said than done. Ooh, drippies. There we go. Just make it drip. If I have to, I'll pull up the Graffiti Pier video. Lots of awful graffiti there. Some really cool stuff. Some things left a lot to be desired. I didn't think to spray paint Graffiti Pier myself. I was in survival mode. I didn't realize it was like acceptable behavior. That everyone just does that. That's what you do there. There, maybe I'll do the whole thing like this. It's just better. It looks better. You know what I need though? Some bright mycelium dots. You know what the problem probably is? I did all this like technical drawing, and then I try and do something goofy like spray painting, pretending to, and I can't get out of the technical mindset to create something goofy. There's the missing element, the drips. I totally forgot. I like graffiti walls with lots of drips. That's more fun. There we go. What else can there be? A little Heisenberg. The Hat Man. me to draw some gibberish. Try this one. It works better if you actually layer your graffiti, so... And sometimes I just cannot even think what to do. I guess there's... What's this brush do? Big sloppy one. Why do people write any of the things they write in graffiti? Time's up. Time for what? I don't know. Time's up. I think making graffiti is easier than making fake graffiti. What I should do? Make a big blob first. Can I manage to do this? Oh my god. Apparently not. There, good enough. Struggling with things I should not be struggling with. I think that's enough for that experiment. What am I doing? Uh-oh. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. I think that's enough of an experiment with graffiti. It's fun, but sometimes my head's not in the right place for it. But still, that's cool. I think that's cool. Maybe I can put that behind my bus. Let's see, how would I do that? Sometimes I just forget what I'm doing. Let me take a quick coffee break. There, I put it like that. Oops, I left my coffee thing on the whole time. Where did my, there they are. Alright. What about, there they are. Okay, I keep losing stuff in my file. What now? I got my road cones, I got my stairs, I did my concrete wall, I did the graffiti. What else tonight? I hit my 2-hour mark. I was trying to stream for 2 hours. graffiti might as well get merged with the wall, but maybe I just don't need to do that right now. No comments in the chat. Hey, do you know if there's anyone watching? How many? Just hopefully not just you. All right. Oh, what do I do now? A trash can. Yeah, it's probably a good one. I love those road cones. They look pretty cool. And those stairs are nice. My thing is out of control. Here we go. Yeah, the stairs look nice. Yeah, no, I feel like I could definitely draw something else right now before I take a break. I feel good that I went over 2 hours, but I feel like I gotta do something more. Literally everything in the world still needs to get drawn, so what next? A trash can, that's kind of essential. Dumpster, yeah. Sort of a large object. I'm running out of space here in this file, but maybe I'll do 2 cylindrical shapes. I'll do like a construction barrel and a trash can. Exciting things, I know. Super exciting. Can I fit them right here? If I go like that? Let me consult my my size chart. What size is a standard traffic drum? You know, they're kind of like a complicated shape. Traffic drum costs $69 to $100 something a piece. Alright. What are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. 3 orange, 2 reflective, a tire on the ground, a handle, maybe one of those little battery-powered barricade lights. Those are $300. I didn't know that. The little flashing lights at a construction site are $289 a piece. Just so you know. Alright. Traffic drum, 23 inches wide at its base. I have no clue what these measurements I made for myself mean. 36 inches tall. What does 14 mean? So, it looks like it'll be 3 wide at the base, 5 voxels tall. I might have to pull up the dimensions again. Kind of confused now. Let's see, road construction barrel dimensions. Okay, that's a little more clear. 23 inches at the base. The barrel part is 3 feet high. The handle makes it 40 inches, so. I'm gonna keep this simple. I'll open up my machine shop. Ooh, that makes me look very purple. see what I can do here. One, two. I get so confused here. 1, 2, 3. All right, so my barrel is going to be this one here. I can draw pretty good ellipses, but nothing beats just having a guide. But I got to be smart about this. Let me erase that. The top of the drum is only 18 inches wide. So what does that mean? 18 inches? Okay. Go about this big. Okay, if it's a little sloppy, I'll work on it. It's 5 voxels high, so I'm going to grab it here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually, it is not. I'm going to come down 4 inches, just like that. I can trace this one. They kind of step in 5 times. Let's just do a little guide here for myself. That'll help me remember. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Good enough for me. Let's see if I can mark out. Let me put it here. I think I'll do the rest by hand. I'll just take that. Ooh, no, I'll get one more guide, and that would be the tire that goes around the bottom. I think I'll leave it there. Okay, this page is particularly hard to look at, so I will take this, cut it. Oh, it's not going to fit over here, is it? It will if I put it on another layer, so let me put it here. Where'd it go? forgot to mark its registration point, but I know it fits right there. It's a little... yeah, it's alright. Okay, now I got something to draw, something to focus on. I'll get a little bit of the shape down. Oh, my speed again. It just keeps crashing. Okay. And we'll get the basic shape figured out, and then I'll start figuring out, where the thing steps in. What do you call that? It's like the shape of a reamer. Okay, try this. It's going to be a divider here. Here, 2, 3, 4. Figure out where the arc wants to be. That's all right. Okay. Now I can make the barrel appear to step down like a ziggurat, cylindrical ziggurat. There we go. It's such a minuscule difference, but it's like, makes all the difference. Make sure I'm not trying on the layer below. Good. It's a habit I've got to get myself into. Keep checking. Make sure you know what layer you're on. Oh, you know what? I really don't like the buttons on the stylus. I could really do without the buttons. I hit them like all the time. I don't mean to. If I ever figure out what I'm doing, I'll learn how to use the buttons on the stylus. Now we're starting to feel like it's concentrically. I do not know the word for this. What do you call when something steps in and it's formed? Does the English language have a simple word for that? Because they're designed to nest within each other, so I don't know what's the word for that. I forget, 2 of these rings are going to be bright, reflective white. So, which ones? Oh, some have 3 and 3. I'm going to be 2 and 3. Alright, let's go for it. What if I did lighten? No, addition. If I select bright white, I go 50% opacity. Just out of curiosity, what happens? I hate it. I'll just do my normal thing here. Brighten it up. there's part of the problem. Opacity is set to like 40%. What the hell? Maybe this is another instance I should use more effective tools like this one. It's such a bummer to look up at my stream and see that it's got 66 kilobits per second, like totally down. I really wonder what the problem is. Stepping, what do you call that? I can't think of the name. Oh man, the whole time I was drawing at 50% opacity on the layer. I had no clue it was this bright. Damn! Alright, I gotta do a little work. Bring it back down. Jeez, man. Mistakes were made. At least, not really. Not bad mistakes, just I was wondering why I couldn't get things to tone down properly. Super high vis road cone. Well, mistakes are bound to be made eventually. just unfortunate when I'm trying to be pretty thoughtful of my like my levels, my brightnesses, and then I find out that I'm drawing in a layer that's transparent. I didn't realize it was transparent. So all my judgments were off. Okay, so now I can come back here, start really pronouncing that step. Damn, my stream is at 300 kilobits again. Why is it doing this? Every time I look up at the stream, I see it at 327 kilobits per second. So I can only imagine I'm just like totally glitched out on the stream. Oh yeah? It's good. I wonder if there's anything I can do to enhance the, playback performance. Does anybody else enjoy driving through construction zones? I love construction zones. They're the most fun. I'll make this look a little bit beat up here. Construction zones let you feel like you're in a video game, driving with lots of obstacles. And then you feel like you're driving really fast because you get close to the walls and you get close to all these barrels and stuff flying by. video where I drove from Virginia Beach back home. I try and record all the construction sites because that place is always under construction. Building tunnels and bridges and things. Okay, I'll put a few splotchy marks on here just to help with the texture. Maybe I'll try this little dirty sponge again. I like what it does. Sometimes it's a little too much. It does save me a lot of time. That's looking pretty good. I guess I can emphasize the spots where it steps out. Alright, let's get that tire. Start figuring out that tire. Of course, I'll say something like that and immediately ignore my own recommendation. Okay, time to work on the tire. big sweeping ellipses. Brush a little bigger. Sweeping ellipses the hard way. Slightly smaller brush. A little ambiguous texture on here, a little bit of form. Maybe how I'll do that is like this. Like the sidewall of the inside of a tire. You've ever cut a tire open for your garden? That's nice. All right. I swear, every time I look up, I see 300 kilobits per second. It's so bad. Is it a Starlink problem? Because my CPU is only at 26%. I don't understand. would be fun to do. Maybe like aquatic life. All kinds of bright, crazy patterns. Ripples and undulations and spots and like all the coolest things of creation. Highlights on here. What more should I do here? Just a tiny little shadow to make it look like that barrel is sitting inside of that tire. And then I'm going to try and clean up the edge. That looks pretty good. Save my file. Save my drawing before something happens. Alright, getting quite a few parts down. It's going to be fun to keep putting these together. I still got to do some more work on this food truck, but I think I'll save that for another stream. Just want to admire my cone for a minute. Cone and what do you call them? Barrel? Construction barrel? Is it a little bit too dark on the edges? Maybe in some spots. I'll touch it up a little bit before I call it done. Forgetting anything? I know I'd like to draw one of those little reflective, those little lights. How big are they? How big are the lights? Construction, road, what are they called? Hazard light? say roadwork hazard light size. I don't know why I'm trying to be technical. I just should be doing whatever I feel like. I just want to know. How big is it for real? Stuff's always way bigger than you think it is. Like traffic lights. They're like 5 feet tall. I don't know. I'll just do what feels natural. Let's try that. I think it's kind of like I want to draw one last thing before I go eat dinner. Go eat dinner at almost 2 a.m. Alright, let's make it here somewhere. How big is it? That looks like a decent size. Let's go with it. I'd like it to fit into my grid. I'm not sure how. Like this. That was quick and easy. Let's put some fun little spiral inside of it. Some kind of make the reflector look like it's, sorry, what do you call it? A refractor. I like drawing these little lens refractors. It's hard when you're zoomed out. tried too hard. I put too much into it. Oh, I should have stopped a little while ago. That's all right. Maybe I'm getting tired. Let's give it a tiny little wire. Start with, there should go. Just like that. You'd say, why would it have a wire on the outside? I have no idea. The stylus is like totally pointing in the wrong direction. Might not be able to finish this. It doesn't line up with where it's supposed to. Once your stylus is misaligned, it's pretty hard to work after that. I think I'll leave it there for now. I need some food. It's getting late. I've been streaming for over 3 hours now, so I think I'll leave it there. Take a look at what we created today. Stairs, little concrete stairs with cracks. Some concrete walls, 4 by 8 feet. Experimented with some graffiti and some different brushes. I didn't really show off my girders, but check that out. That's pretty cool. My food truck that looks kind of like a beluga whale or something, or a frog, or a bug. Some kind of strange bug. Cool little road cones and construction barrel with a little battery-powered light. Not too bad. I hope the stream is even going. It says 300. Alright. Maybe I won't. I'll try not to focus on that too much. It just upsets me if I look at it. Alright. I think that's it for tonight. If you're still with me and you're watching, thanks for watching. The Endless Drawing, Psyzygonia. I will probably be back tomorrow. And if you want to see my live streams super smooth, I'm going to try and keep them posted on YouTube probably by like 3 p.m. tomorrow. Alright. Thanks for watching. See you next time.